video this week doesn't even have a theme. Um, I've wrestled with trying to figure out what I want to record for gameplay, or even kind of think of something that would represent kind of what my thoughts are in the gameplay. I know I was able to do that with my previous two videos, um, you know, referencing stuff from Final Fantasy 12 and Monster Hunter, but I don't know how long I can sustain that, just from the standpoint of how critical of myself I am when it comes to things that I produce or work on. It's part of being a perfectionist, and one of the things that I think is one of my worst and best attributes is I'm willing to get the job done right the first time. But whenever it's something of my own, I reach a point where whatever I'm working on, I begin to hate it. Or I don't think it's good enough. I compare it to other people's work, and I think how far behind I am, how terrible it is in comparison. You can, or I can say, this is one of the things that has kind of killed my passion for working on my current game, External Dimension Mainframe. I've been working on it since I graduated from college, and there have been plenty of times where I've stared at the computer screen or I see someone else's work and I think, damn, I'm just not good enough. It's not good enough. And this is just me thinking, but that, I'm sure, is picked up by other people whenever I try to interact with them and talk about my game. I'm always comparing and contrasting with others, and it's hard not to, especially when I'm looking on things that I can improve upon, how to make it better, how to make it work. And when, like I said, being a perfectionist, you see all the flaws that others may not see, and it bothers you. And that's where I'm at. I've been thinking about how frustrating it is, trying to learn something new, like sound design, which is something I've been trying to do for the game, and then not getting the sound that I want because I'm just not musically or sound wise inclined to that sort of thing. And it's frustrating because I think I should be able to do it. I've seen other people who are capable of doing it, and it's hard because I feel like all I'm really good at doing isn't enough to go the full distance, and it's hard. It's really hard to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, but feeling like you're not getting anywhere. And this could be part of it, that of just an overarching thing of just me feeling stagnant, stuck, unable to move forward. I've been working in the same job for almost 9 years now. Well, not really same job, but the same company, but lots of resistance to making progress in the company. Trying to get people interested in my game has also been difficult. Streamed on Twitch for off and on a number of years. Prior to me doing YouTube videos, I was primarily streaming on Twitch 5 days a week, 6 to 8 hours every day, or during those 5 days a week. Keeping a consistent schedule, talking to people and letting them know, like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna be here for this, and trying to get out there, really putting on a lot of hard work, and just seeing none of that yield any results. And it's part of me, I just think, well, maybe the issue is it's just not good enough, so I need to go back to the drawing board and make it better. And then I sit there and I work, and I think, okay, I've made all the improvements I can think that I've made. hopefully this is good enough to catch people's attention. And then I realize I don't think the problem is what I'm doing, or even what I've gotten done, like the work that I've done. I think at the end of the day, it's just been me. I've been the biggest roadblock to my own success because I'm always telling myself I'm failing. And I think a lot of that has to do with me being a perfectionist and just it's never good enough. My own work is never good enough. They'll look at it and say, oh, man, it's decent, but it could be better. You know, I look at artwork I've done in the past and I think, man, this is a really good picture, but this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. I could just do this so much better. And in the moment, I'm really happy with what I've done. But if I focus on any one thing for too long, it's just terrible. I don't like it. I don't enjoy what I've created. You know, about the only thing that I can say that I really enjoy or get a lot of, you know, I can sit down and just work on it and then the flaws don't bother me, is working on Gunpla. It's like, it's so hard to compare myself to others in that. I think that's the biggest difference. Is it's easy to compare two pieces of art in a style. At least for me, I can say, man, I'm not at this level yet. You know, I'm not good enough for X, Y, or Z. And that's part of the reason why I stopped doing commissions for artwork, is because I never felt good enough. Even though, you know, people will be interested when you start hearing complaints, you know, people talking about, oh, well, I want my money back because this, I expected this, but I got this instead. It really kills your motivation. And maybe it's not even about that. It's just I'm my own worst critic, and I let myself get to me and stop me from doing things. The only thing I don't stop myself from doing is, you know, building stuff out of plastic. You know, Gunpla has really just kind of lifted me out of the crater, creatively speaking, because I started hating my art. Just drawing. I stopped enjoying, you know, 3D modeling as much, because I see somebody else and I think, well, why is my work look so terrible in comparison? They've been doing this less time than me and they're way better at the things that I want to be good at. And it's frustrating because I feel like I always working 10, 20 times harder than I feel maybe I should to yield the same results as everyone else. And then I think, you know, people will praise me, oh, you're such a talented individual. And I don't think people see the nights where I'm up 20 hours in a day, you know, on the weekends practicing, working really hard to get something done, only for the payout or the residuals from that work to be, oh wow, you're pretty good, but you could be better. You know, I've had people, especially when I was streaming on Twitch, come in and say, hey, I know artists who can do it better than you can, or here's how you can be better at doing this. And it's always like a backhanded, like, here, let me help you, you're good, but, you know, that sort of thing. And it really brings me down, not because I think they're right, but because that's what I tell myself. Because it's not good enough. I'm just always saying that I can do better, comparing myself to others, and then getting depressed or down saying, hey, it's just not good enough. And I don't know how to stop. I've tried not to. I've tried to keep it out of my mind. I've tried to just not focus on those sort of things or not let those thoughts creep in. But you know, I've been working on my game for almost 8 years now, and I'm sitting here thinking I need it to be good enough that people want to buy it. And I'm sitting here thinking, would I buy this game? And currently it's no. So I'm not moving forward with the game because I'm like, well, I need to rework it, I need to redo this, I need to redo that. And at some point I need to stop, but I don't know when, I don't know how. And that's the hardest part, is I don't know how to stop being so critical of myself. And I need help.